Form 16. It's issued to the salaried individuals to the employers, because employer is the deductor and he deducts TDS of the employee. Employee is the deductee here. So it is a certificate which indicates the amount of TDS on behalf of the employee. It contains all the information useful to the employee. How much is the salary given to the employee, how much is the deductions claimed by the employee, what is the TDS deducted. So this document acts as a proof to claim the deductions, to claim the TDS which is deducted by the employer. So if you're a salaried person, you have form 16, you can file your ITR. Now this form number 16 has two parts, which is form part A and part B. Part A provides details of TDS deducted, which is deposited quarterly, along with you can see name and address of the, it has name and address of the employer, it has name and address of the employee, PAN of the deductor, TAN of the deductor. Deductor is who? जिसने TDS cut करा है, that is employer. So let's say employer is giving you 100 rupees salary. So the employer will deduct 10 rupees, and this 10 rupees he will pay on your behalf to the government, central government. You will get only 90. Because 10 is the TDS, because you will pay TDS or not, you will pay tax or not, nobody knows. So employer is deducting your TDS on before. Now this 10 which is provided, which is already submitted to the, already with the central government, you can claim it later on if your tax is lower than that. We'll discuss all about that in the later parts. Now PAN of the employee, it contains, because किसके behalf पे TDS गया है, which is the person on whose account, on whose PAN this credit has been done. For that, it is for which assessment year, for which period, this is the financial year for which the TDS has been deducted. Now these are the 4 challans in all 4 quarters. So these are basically the income tax returns filed. See, TDS was deducted every month, you can see here. Every month the TDS was deducted and submitted to this branch. BSR code of the branch is given, which is same, which will be same for the deductor, obviously, almost most of the times. These are the dates on which TDS is deducted. By this challan, the employer has paid your TDS. So employer ने 100 लोगों का TDS pay करा, suppose. So employer has to inform also, na. So employer informs quarterly to central government that out of this 100, 5 belongs to this person, 4 belongs to this person, 3 belongs to this person. So how much belongs to what, which person? That is informed is in TDS return. So these are the returns filed. So TDS return filed, the receipt number, and what is the total amount in the entire quarter which is credited to this employee, and on that amount, like this is the salary of the employee for all the 3 months total credited. On those 3 months salary, how much is the TDS deducted, कितना पैसा कम दिया एम्प्लॉई को, and that amount, that money was given to the central government on behalf of this person, and this is the tax deposited. So obviously deduct and deposited has to be same. There can be a difference also कि employer ने deduct किया but deposit नहीं किया. There are chances of it. All right, so it is one thing is very important. If you change your job, then both the employers will give you form 16 separately, because they have deducted their own TDS and they have all the details with you. They have different. Last May there is verification that this is the name, etc., place, designation, etc. Alright, now coming on to, so this part A included name, address of the employer, TAN, PAN of the employer and PAN of the employee, and summary of all the tax deducted, which is quarterly. Now we will come on to part B. Now part B will have, initially it will have same details, name, address, PAN, TAN. Later on it will have detailed breakup of salary, detailed breakup of exempt income tax act and everything. So you can see you have a gross salary here. This is gross salary. So this employee has got something 25 lakhs. So these are the separate components of it, 17.2, 17.3, different perquisites which the employee has got, and these are the exemptions. So all the exemptions like travel, gratuity, pension, leave, salary encashment, HRA. Now see, HRA here is 1,80,000. Now suppose the this person would have, employee would have got the HRA of 5 lakhs, but the 5 lakhs was not exempt. There is a calculation of HRA. HRA is house rent allowance to the employee. The employer pays rent of the employee. Now the rent the employer is paying might be 5 lakhs, but what is the exempt component? We learn all those calculations. What's the exempt component? 1,80,000. So what is in this included is 5 lakhs, but exempt part is 1,80,000. So this 1,80,000 will be deducted, and the burden of the gross taxable income gets reduced. Now it is only 23 lakhs. Now then you have other deductions. We will learn about this also. 50,000 is the standard deduction all the employees get, because बहुत सारा expenses होता है, आप ऑफिस जाते हो आते हो, बिजनेसमैन को तो मिलता है, but salaried people should also get. Now if you have changed the employers, this deduction you will be granted only once. Entertainment allowance under section 16(2), this is only for government employees. There is some calculation for them. And 16(3) is about PT, professional tax. So every state government के behalf पे employer deducts on your behalf professional tax and pays to the state government. So जितना भी in the respective months आपका professional tax would have been deducted in the entire year, that entire professional tax will be, you will get the deduction, because this is a tax which is deducted from your salary and paid to the central government, paid to the state government, and that is done by the employer. So you get the deduction. Now after all this minus, now again 52,000 gets minus from 2377 and 2325 remains. So 20 out of 2325, now again you would have submitted the other proofs that you have paid life insurance, provident fund, etc., which has been deducted by your employer. So some information your employer already knows, provident fund and all that, but some information you give to the employer, that this life insurance premium, mediclaim, and all these deductions. We will learn about that. If you have taken some education loan, what about the interest, what about the health insurance premium? So all these are the deductions. For example, in this case it is 150. So now finally you have to pay tax on only 2175. So the calculation has been done on 2175. Taxation calculated is 465. We will learn how to calculate this. Then there is 4% health and education cess on the same amount. On this amount 465 on the tax amount, and you are liable to pay 483. Now this 483 would be split in 4 parts, and you will see in part A, the same amount 483 has been paid by your employer. This 483 has been paid by your employer in 4 quarters via 4 challans.